Tonight's injury report brought to you by Cleveland Clinic. Every life deserves world-class care. Let's look at the Browns' injuries tonight, and the good news is for Nick Sorensen, a concussion, and that's all that was when we left the air in Detroit last Saturday night. We were worried about Nick Sorensen, who was carried off the field. Remember, after covering a kick for the Browns against the Lions, he actually took the team bus home, and he was okay, but he's out tonight. You see Sean Rogers, Robert Royal, and Floyd Womack. Not much has changed there from when we first started this preseason a couple of weeks ago up in Green Bay. So good to have Nick Sorensen around, and even though it's just a concussion, he's a terrific player. But now, here we go with Eric Mangini, and a lot of decisions to be made here tonight, and equally amount of decisions to be made on the other sideline as Lovie Smith's Chicago Bears, and he's in a pressure situation after a 7-9 season last year. Bernie, a lot expected of the Bears in a very tough division with Minnesota and Green Bay, and Detroit improved, and we saw that last Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole staff and organization, a lot of pressure to win, like there are on just about every other NFL team, even heightened, I think, in Chicago coming off that 7-9 record last year.
Garrett Wolfe, here's a kid that's trying to hang on to his spot on the Bears roster. You Mac fans remember him. He was a blistering running back who could run and catch it and score from all over the field from Northern Illinois. He's been a terrific special teams player. He is in a battle to be in the running back group with the Chicago Bears as Phil Dawson will kick it off here tonight. Last preseason game, and we're underway from Brown Stadium. Dawson kicks it about a yard deep into the end zone. Wolfe out with it. He's got the 10 and got tripped up as he got knocked down, and he'll land over the 20-yard line. Jason Trusnick got him by the heel and tipped him over out over the 20 near the 22. Now it will not be Jay Cutler here tonight. It will be 38-year-old Todd Collins who will get the start here tonight. 15 NFL years, which means if he makes it here, it will be his 16th year in the league. Out of Walpole, Massachusetts, originally went to Buffalo, Kansas City, and one more stop after that, Washington, and now here trying to show he can run the Mike Martz offense. And he hands the ball off on first down, and they drive through, and the run goes to Chester Taylor, the running back out of the University of Toledo, over from the Vikings in the offseason. And he goes up over the 25-yard line near the 27, and a gain of 5 on the play. Trusnick is over to make the stop.
Yeah, draft pick Larry Asante getting up, filling the hole. Does a fantastic job for coming from the safety position to make the tackle.
Second down and 5 for the Bears at their own 27-yard line. They shift their tight ends, Olsen and Manu Maliuna. Double tight ends in the game, and that's the speedy Devin Hester, the former Miami Hurricane, in motion. But it will be Taylor again to the outside. Nice cutback, got a first down, and finally got tripped up and brought down by David Vekune out at the 37-yard line. But that cutback got him 10 yards and a Bears first down.
Yeah, nice cutback. David Vekune needs to have a nice game tonight. It's been pretty well publicized. Some of the bubble type players. There's a lot of depth at the linebacker position. Typically on a 53-man roster, you keep about 8 or 9 of the linebackers.
A little bit of a rough start there for David Bowens as he overran that play. Desmond Clark, a tight end fullback, shifts into the backfield for Chicago and Collins, and they'll run again, and it's Chester Taylor over the 40-yard line up to the 42-yard line, and Vekune is in on the tackle there, and Marcus Bernard made the tackle also. Here's the Bears starting offense brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Chester Taylor, a very good receiving back, third down back, had good years in Baltimore, and then he went to Minnesota last year, and the Bears grabbed him in free agency. Into his 10th year in the NFL. He'll come out of the game right now as the Bears will come up second down and 5 from their own 42-yard line. Opening drive of the game and opening flag of the game. It will be a false start on the Bears.
Offense number 82, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's the tight end, Greg Olsen. Cleet Blakeman is our referee, and there's the Browns defensive coordinator, Rob Ryan, as he gets the Browns defense lined up. And it will now become second down and 10 for the Bears. Now the reason that Collins has been brought in as Caleb Haney, who would be their backup quarterback, he's got a shoulder problem right now. So they need a backup quarterback at the start of the year behind Jay Cutler. 2nd and 10. Oh, nice play as the Browns are all over it, and they blow in and stuff the running back right there. Derek Robinson gets in there and makes the hit. Khalil Bell, the running back out of UCLA, gets the handoff, and wow, right in there was Robinson, Bernie.
Yeah, it's the old counter trade play where you pull the guard. I think the center doesn't supposed to block back and block him. Obviously doesn't. Able to come right through the gap unblocked to make the tackle.
Well, now they're in a passing situation on 3rd down and 14, and Collins, who is just really getting the offensive Mike Martz under his belt, needs a timeout as he'll go to the Chicago sideline. 12:07 left to go in the first quarter, opening drive of the game, and a long 3rd down coming up for the Bears when we come back. Defense, and it's brought to you by Liberty Ford, Ohio's #1 Ford dealer. Joe Hayden, who continues, the more playing time, Bernie, Hayden gets, the more it's tough to keep him off the field.
I think he showed why he's the 7th pick in the draft. Jim, you're exactly right. As the preseason has gone, as his playing time has increased, his abilities on the field have certainly started to stand out.
Now 3rd down and 14 after a Bears timeout. Todd Collins back to pass, got a screen pass set up, and it goes to Chester Taylor with a cutback at the 40-yard line, and he leans out near the 42-yard line, but he is short of the 1st down. Marcus Bernard finally ended the play after a 9-yard pickup on 3rd down at 14, and the Browns defense will go to the sideline. They're off the field.
The prevent defense here a lot of times gets a bad rap. People say it never works. Well, this is one case where they dropped in deep zone coverage, only rushed 3 guys, kept the back in front of them, make the tackle, and go punt on 4th down.
Brad Maynard into punt. Patrick Manley snaps it back. Cindric Steptoe is deep for the Browns, although this one's going to the sideline, and we'll see where they put it out as it goes into the Bears sideline, and they're going to mark it up near the 19-yard line, up near the 20-yard line. Not a good punt by Maynard. He's better than that, 37 yards. Timeout at Brown Stadium, and the Browns offense will be out with Colt McCoy in a scoreless game. Across the state of Ohio, so welcome to all of you in Columbus and WBNS watching tonight's game, in Youngstown on WYTV, in Dayton on WHIO, and for those of you here in Cleveland watching on WKYC TV Channel 3, your official station of the Cleveland Browns. Colt McCoy in at quarterback. He'll get the start. Montario Hardesty is in the backfield. The rookie from Tennessee. He's the tailback. First action for him, and they fumble the ball on the first play of the night, and the Bears come up with it. So the ball gets turned over right away as the Bears blew in with Israel Adonijah getting in there, and also coming in Kevin Malist, the linebacker. And the Browns have had exchange problems throughout the preseason.
Yes, certainly not the way you want to start out. A lot of times you like to blame the center as the next quarterback. You like to blame him and say he didn't get the snap up. It looks like the snap's pretty good right there.
Kevin Malist, the linebacker, will end up with the fumble recovery, and look at where the Bears get the ball. Inside the Browns 20 at the 19-yard line. Chester Taylor, the running back. He'll get the carry, left side, bends it to the outside, but the Browns shot their linebacker in there, and Marcus Bernard was over there on that corner, and Bernard has been very active early and is pressing for a starting job here, Bernie, and Derek Robinson helped him out on the tackle.
You know, we talked in pregame about the difference a year makes. Marcus Bernard was one of those roster bubble guys at this time last year. I think he's played so well and has had such a fantastic first 3 preseason games. He's solidified his spot on the roster.
2nd down, 8. The ball near the 17 of the Browns. Taylor, the lone back. Collins to throw. He's got Taylor in the flat. He went up high, made the catch, and got knocked down right there. And it's Marcus Bernard again with Brandon McDonald over to end the play. But Bernard got out there near the 15-yard line, and it would be 3rd down.
Marcus Bernard showing his versatility. One play stuffing a run, next play getting out in pass coverage, tackle in the back in the open field.
3rd down, they need 6. And the ball is at the 15-yard line. The Bears set up on a Browns fumble on the snap exchange to Colt McCoy on their first offensive play. Third down from the Cleveland 15-yard line. Collins retreats to throw. No pressure to the middle, and it's Olsen, the tight end, making the catch for the touchdown. Greg Olsen. And Chicago takes the Colt McCoy fumble and turns it into a touchdown. 15-yard touchdown pass, 6-0.
Yeah, 2 deep, 5 under zone. Blown coverage by the Browns underneath. Middle linebacker supposed to run with him. He kind of gets faked out. Faked out there by Greg Olsen. Nice veteran move. It's a very similar route to what Ben Watson caught in that first preseason game. His first touchdown pass with the Browns.
And you saw the defensive back D'Angelo Smith trailing on the play. Robbie Gould for the extra point, and the kick rides up, and it is good. Chicago jumps out to the lead. 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And the former Miami Hurricane Greg Olsen with the touchdown catch. 7-0 Bears. Quarterback Todd Collins, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. 3 plays, 19 yards, 15-yard touchdown pass to that man, Greg Olsen, and it took 119. 7-0 Chicago, 10 minutes to go. Here in the first quarter, Robbie Gould will kick it away. Incidentally, that fumble by the Browns and Bears recovery, the 7th lost fumble in the preseason. Rookie Joe Hayden is back deep. Gould's kick will be short, and Joe's got it at the 5, at the 20, at the 25. Got out of a couple of tackles. Garrett Wolf missed one, came back, helped out on the other, along with defensive back Corey Graham. And a nice run back by Joe Hayden out over the 25 to the 26-yard line. And he goes to the sideline talking with special teams coordinator Brad Seeley.
I guarantee you Brad Seeley's telling him that kickoff return is designed to go more up the hash right there. Joe Hayden, second time in preseason, he's kind of got away from the blocking, away from the wedge, and tries to bounce it outside. Very typical for a young returning guy.
All right, Colt McCoy, after fumbling the first exchange, he's still got Hardesty in the backfield. Here's the rookie from Tennessee, and he brings it out to the 29-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Now the Browns starting offense, brought to you by Liberty Ford, Ohio's #1 Ford dealer group, and Montario Hardesty, who the Browns really wanted. They moved a lot of things to get back up in the second round to get him, but he's been delayed because of that knee.
Yeah, like we said in a pregame show, trading a 3rd round and 2 5th-round picks to move back into the 2nd round to get the young running back from Tennessee.
Who will go out wide right now, and McCoy will go empty backfield on 2nd down and 7 from his own 29. He's got time, throws, caught. And it is Evan Moore. He's out near the 35-yard line and brought down there. The Browns will have 3rd down and short coming up. Here's the Bears starting defense, brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Now, you're not going to see Urlacher and all these guys in here tonight, but this is a kid, Brian Ewu, former Jacksonville Jaguar, who is in the mix right now to make this team at linebacker out of Colorado. 3rd down, less than 1 for the Browns. Near the 35-yard line, they need the 36. They're going to throw on 3rd and 1. McCoy's got to get out of there on 3rd and 1, and he will get dropped for a loss back to the 30-yard line. So they did not get it done right there. And getting in there for the Bears is Jerron Gilbert to get the sack.
Colt McCoy looks downfield a little here. They do a nice job, the Bears, of covering up the 2 receivers down the field. Evan Moore was open short. I don't want to really criticize a quarterback for looking down the field, trying to make a bigger play. Right there in retrospect, I think he'd want to come off his check down and just get the 1st down.
So it will be Reggie Hodges into punt. Got a little bit of a trap hop on the snap. And back deep to return now for Chicago is DJ Moore. He's got it at the 15. He's cutting to the outside, and I think Blake Costanzo got him by the back cleat and knocked him over, because if he stayed upright, it looked like he had the corner and could have gone a long way. That was a 54-yard punt and a 1-yard return as Ray Ventrone was over there at the end of the return. It's 7-0 Chicago. Trivia question brought to you by Donato's. The difference is delicious. What is the most preseason games the Browns have played in a single year? And the answer coming up in the 4th quarter. You know, I have not been the same about trivia since our opening question. Maybe it was not our opening question, maybe our second question about Frisman Jackson wearing the number 19 in a game.
Kind of threw us off for the whole game.
It really did. This is Khalil Bell. And he carries out to the 19-yard line and is brought down there. Bell is out of UCLA, an undrafted free agent who went to the Minnesota Vikings and was on their practice squad and then came to the Bears. He's at the 19-yard line. He got 3 yards, second down at 7. He is battling with Garrett Wolfe for the last running back spot to make this Bears team. Collins to throw, and he's got a man wide open over the middle, over the 25-yard line. And the catch made by Johnny Knox. Do you remember the game last year, Bernie? Johnny Knox had 235 total yards in that game, the last preseason game against the Browns at Soldier Field. They couldn't stop him on kick returns and as a wide receiver. He's really fast.
Johnny Knox was almost his coming out party.
Right.
Led to a really good rookie year from Knox.
Abilene Christian is where he's out of. 1st and 10. The ball is out at the 28-yard line. Collins back to Khalil Bell. And the Browns get him and bring him down. And he's at the 31-yard line. Big number 94 there. That's Travis Ivey. As Ivey was with the Miami Dolphins organization, came into camp, played 10 plays last week against the Lions. And he's a little protection now at nose tackle if Sean Rogers isn't ready to go at the beginning of the year, because they would need somebody behind Ataba Rubin. Big guys. 2nd down and 7 as Bell got 3 on that carry from their own 31-yard line, and the Bears lead 7-0. Todd Collins back to Bell. He's got blocking in front, and he cuts it back to the 35 near the 36 with a late flag thrown in. I think it might be against the Bears. Cleet Blakeman, our referee. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense, number 89. The 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That's on the tight end, Richard Angelo.
Holding Marcus Bernard, again, making a play, forcing them to hold him to get the corner there. One thing that's clear tonight, both teams defensively, we've seen a lot of intricate blitzes from the Browns to get pressure through the first preseason games. Both teams tonight are playing pretty base defenses, I think, to get the young guys to look and see how they handle the man-on-man matchups.
2nd down, 17. Back just over the 20-yard line at the 21. Collins pitching out. Bell running. And from behind, Jason Trusnick makes the play, and that's a no-gainer. Luka Mayaba and Mike Adams helped out, but Trusnick flew to the ball. Yeah,
Jason Trusnick, very similar to, I think, like Marcus Bernard, has showed himself in all 3, now 4th preseason games of consistently making plays in the running game and in the pass game.
And remember, he is exceptional on special teams. Out of Ohio Northern. And as you can see, came over from the Jets in the Braylon Edwards trade early in the season last year. Now, let's see if they can get some pressure. 3rd down, 17 for Todd Collins. And they snapped the ball back. He wasn't ready, and the Browns were, and they got it. Coming out there is Jason Trusnick. Those kind of plays will help you make the team.
I think just a miscommunication on the center quarterback on the shotgun snap.
Boy, that hurts when it hits you in the face mask, and especially when you're deep in your own end of the field, and the Browns now get the ball at the Chicago 13-yard line. Remember, a Browns fumble deep in their own end led to the only score of the game. So McCoy in at quarterback after the Trusnick recovery. Hardesty, the running back. Alex Smith acts as a fullback. Hardesty to the 10, inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8-yard line. And that's what his college coach at Tennessee, Lane Kiffin, said about him. He never takes a loss. It's always north and south with him, and he always fights and never goes down on first contact.
He's showing his leg strength there by being able to move the pocket once contact is made, making a 3 or 4 yard gain into about 6 yards.
2nd down and 4. The ball in between the 12 and 13-yard line of Chicago. Trying to tie the game up now. Here's Hardesty again. Keeps those shoulders driving, and he's inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line, near the 1. Montario Hardesty. And it will be first and goal for the Browns, right on the doorstep of going in.
Just a base running play, running right at you.
Look at his pads, though, how he gets those down low, Bernie.
Makes it really challenging with those low pads for the defensive backs to make that tackle, trying for them to get underneath a big, strong running back like that.
So now earlier in the preseason, through the first 3 games, this is where you would have seen Hillis and Vickers in the backfield. But now you're going to see Hardesty at tailback and Alex Smith, the tight end, at fullback. McCoy gives, Hardesty ducks in, he's in for a touchdown.
With the good field position, the Browns do a nice job just running right at the Bears defense. This certainly is not the Bears defense that the regular season will bring with Brian Urlacher, Julius Peppers, a couple guys getting the night off.
Phil Dawson in for the extra point. It's officially a 1-yard touchdown run for Hardesty, and it really was his drive. And Brian Dable over there, the offensive coordinator, saying to him, hey, it was worth the wait, waiting for you to get healthy and in there. Dawson for the extra point, and it is good, and the game is tied. Jason Trusnick recovered that fumble on the errant snap and then put it in the hands of Montario Hardesty. 7-7, 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. 3 plays, 13 yards, and Hardesty carried on all 3 plays. It was a 1-yard run, and it took a minute and a half. Now, Bernie brings up a good point during commercial. Hardesty's got what they call fresh legs. He has gone through none of the 2-a-days because of the injury, but still you can see the way he runs. I mean, he does not take losses.
Yeah, he definitely moves the pile, whether it's camp, fresh legs, or tired legs on the defense. He's still, the way he's hitting the hole and as low as he's carrying his pads, he's able to definitely move a pile.
It will be Garrett Wolf from the 6. Good speed, bumps into his own blocker because his own blocker got blown up by Larry Asante. And then the Browns got in there and covered the play as Marcus Bernard got in there with Chris Jennings. And remember, Jennings now, a young running back who wants to make this team. So anytime that they're covering a kick, they want to make sure that they're down there on the tape, on the film. 22-yard line. Chicago will begin in a 7-7 tie. Each team with a turnover and a costly one.
Yeah, it was nice to see Marcus Bernard there blowing up the wedge, making the tackle on the kickoff return.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Collins, play action fake. A lot of time throwing, middle of the field, wide open, caught. Iglesias is headed. He's to the 45-40, inside Browns territory, into his own bench, knocked out by Larry Asante, 41 yards. And for a guy that's also trying to make the team out of Oklahoma, Joaquin Iglesias, a big play.
Fantastic job of pass protection by the Bears offensive line. Again, the 2 deep, 5 under zone coverage don't do a good job of staying with the secondary receivers. Veteran quarterback like Todd Collins knows how to find the outlets.
First down, the Browns are late getting players on the field right now. Collins back again in the pocket, throwing near side. That's caught as the catch is made by Aroma Shadu, and he makes the catch inside the 30 near the 29-yard line. So Devin Aroma Shadu makes the grab. And that will be another Bears first down now at the Browns 29-yard line.
Little trouble lining up. It was a 5-man blitz. Man coverage outside. Little late getting the personnel onto the field. Probably see a few communication mistakes when you're running the 2nd and 3rd teamers like this.
Collins first down. A delay, and on the handoff, it's Khalil Bell, and Bell gets some good drive with those legs. Inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. Marcus Bernard is in on the tackle, along with Chris Chancellor for the Browns. But it's a good gain as he ends up with a nice run for Bell. Down to the 22, 2nd down and 2, a gain of 8.
Base run right up the middle for 8 yards on first down. You want to be a little stodder at the nose tackle and inside backer positions on those in between the tackle runs.
Richard Angelo, the tight end, goes in motion. They go right back to Bell. Bell got popped at the 20-yard line as he got drilled by Marcus Bernard again. And Jason Trusnick gets over there. Bernard said he's not going to get the first down on me, and I do believe he is short.
Again, we sound like a broken record calling out Marcus Bernard and Jason Trusnick, but they're showing very stout at the point of attack. When they run at them, they've held their ground well.
Third down, and the Bears are a yard shy of the first down. Aroma Shadu will go out to the top of your screen. It will be Bell and a tight end in the backfield with him, Desmond Clark. Bell got hit in the backfield. The Browns trying to deny him the first down, and by the spot, it looks like they did just that. He needed to get to the 19-yard line. They're going to mark him inside the 19, back near the 20. Travis Ivey, the big nose tackle, gets in there to stuff the play up, and it's fourth down and less than 1.
Second and short, third and short. Fantastic job by the front seven, stuffing the run, making the Bears come up short on this fourth down.
So Todd Collins looks over, and they're taking a lot of time. The play clock is already inside 10 now at 9 as they come out. They're at 5 on fourth down. They need a timeout, and the play clock died, and they did not throw a flag because they're going to say he got the timeout call. Timeout Chicago, as they got out of the huddle very, very late, and it will be fourth down and inches after the Bears timeout inside the last minute here in the first quarter in a 7-7 game. 39 seconds left to go.
That's as close as you could get to not getting a delay of game penalty. That back judge had his hand on the flag. He was running up simultaneously as Collins was calling the timeout and the referee granting it.
So at August 23rd, that was the day that Collins signed to come into Bears camp. 7-7 the score with 39 seconds left to go. Ball is at the 20. They need the 19. Rob Ryan would love a nice stuff of a running play here. Collins moves one of the tight ends. Play action fake. Back, throws, and it's broken up by Ray Ventrone. Nice play at the 5-yard line to cut in and knock it away from the tight end Angelo, and the Browns get the ball over on downs.
Excellent job of coverage, just trying to hit the back out in the flat or the tight end behind him on a corner route. Ray Ventrone has perfect technique and coverage. Little close on that left hand, doesn't affect the play.
And again, Ray Ventrone, a great special teams player who is trying to show the coaching staff that if you needed him in a pinch in that secondary, he can do it. He can help out. All right, the Browns get it. First and 10, basically right at their 20. And here's Colt McCoy on the give. There's Hardesty again over the 20 and head down out near the 26 for a 6-yard gain. In on the tackle for the Bears, getting over there is Kevin Millis, the linebacker.
Watching Colt McCoy, looking like he's still having some trouble getting the center QB exchange. A little slow getting out from behind the center.
Second down and 4, but the Browns will not run another play here in the first quarter as they will begin the second quarter with the ball in a tie game. So at the end of 1 here at Brown Stadium, it's the Cleveland Browns 7 and the Chicago Bears 7. Back with the second quarter after this. Report brought to you by Jeep. I live, I ride, I am Jeep. Here's Dave.
Hey, Jim, I've had my eyes locked on Colt McCoy. After his first drive, the fumble, he went right to the sidelines, worked on the snaps with Sean Laval. Remember, they're both rookies. After the second drive, he went to the sidelines, and all 4 quarterbacks were there to talk. Then the third drive, the touchdown. We'll see how much confidence that gives him. Back to you.
Thanks, Dave. 7-7 as we begin the second quarter. And the Browns from their own 26-yard line, second down and 4. They almost moved on that line. Here's Hardesty again, and he'll get a yard out to the 27. That will be his 6th carry of the game, and he's got 23 yards and a touchdown. And he's got to get his helmet. And they'll have third down and 3. How much pressure does it take off of a quarterback when you have a solid running game?
Well, it takes it off, the pressure off. I think Colt is putting a lot of pressure on himself, and I think he wants
you're right.
I think he wants to see himself execute in the throwing game. whether they're running the ball good or not. I think he wants to see himself have some positive success throwing the ball down the field. He's going to get a nice man coverage opportunity now.
3rd down and 3, a high snap. He pulls it down. Now he shuffles left. And now he's going to run. And he's done that well. And he slides. And he'll get the 1st down over the 30-yard line. As they'll say, he got out near the 31. That's a 1st down. If he's done, something well in the preseason, he's done this well, get out of there.
That's his third. It's his 3rd run for a 1st down in the preseason. That's something you don't want to make a habit at. If you're going to scramble, it's sometimes better in the NFL to try to keep your head down the field, see if you can make a play with a busted coverage or a broken play like that when you get outside containment.
James Davis, the running back, and he'll get the carry. And he got a great block from Steptoe, the wide receiver, and he uses that block to run out to the 38-yard line for a 7-yard gain on the play.
James Davis, one of the 6th-round pick from last year, one of the bubble guys, I think, would love to have a nice performance tonight to kind of solidify his opportunities, whether it's with the Browns or the other 31 teams watching.
2nd year, but his 1st year was wiped out because of injuries out of Clemson. 2nd down, they need 3. Safety coming up on a late blitz. Davis runs, but gets hit. And it's that linebacker again as he comes over there and makes the play. Getting in there to make the play is Brian Ewu.
Jim pointed out astutely, the safety does come up late here. They have the extra guy in the box. As Colt gets more experience, more confidence, like to see him maybe check to the outside throws. You have man coverage on both men outside.
Now he's got 3rd down and 3 as we look at Bears linebacker Kevin Molist, who's been very active. He's in a battle with Brian Ewu to make the team for Chicago.
Well, he's got Carlton Mitchell manned up on the bottom of your screen.
3rd down and 3 is going to go to Bobby Ingram. He's going to get hit, and he will not get the 1st down as they read the play, and jumping the route there is cornerback Tim Jennings, and the Browns are going to have to punt the ball away as they come up 2 yards shy.
Just a basic flat to Bobby Ingram, trying to get a couple yards to squeak out a 1st down and move the chains. Fantastic job of coverage.
So a nice play right there by that young man, Tim Jennings. DJ Moore is back to return for Chicago. And Reggie Hodges will punt. Snap is perfect. Hodges got it away. They almost got a hand on that one, and the ball hits inside the 30-yard line. And it leaps over to the sideline, and it will go out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. And a timeout at Brown Stadium. Chicago ball when we come back in a 7-7 tie. Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. Jim Donovan, Bernie Kosar, Dave Chudowski on the sideline here at Brown Stadium. Last preseason game, and we are tied at 7. Todd Collins remains in the game at quarterback for Chicago. Garrett Wolf is his running back. Kellen Davis, his tight end, came down and moved in motion from their own 17-yard line. And it will be Wolf into the right side of his offensive line, and he'll get up to the 19-yard line, and a 2-yard gain as the Browns stuff that play. Swanson Miller, Brian Sanford, 2 young rookie defensive linemen, both undrafted, come in and make the tackle, and it will be 2nd down and 8.
Base defenses again and base plays. I think both teams want to get out of this game without any injuries.
Collins, 38 years old, 16th year in the NFL. Moves his tight end Angelo, 2nd down and 8. Little pressure at his feet, throws near side. Angelo made the catch, and he got knocked out of bounds. And on the play again is a name that you're hearing a lot tonight. Linebacker, number 58, Marcus Bernard, and he knocked him out at the 24-yard line.
Marcus Bernard, pretty rare for a guy to be able to rush the quarterback, play of physical toughness, and then still be out and cover in space like that.
3rd down, and Chicago will need 3 as Bernard checks out right now. And the Bears have hit on a couple of big pass plays, and they would need another one right now. 3rd down, 3. Here's Collins throwing over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Garrett Wolf out of the backfield, and the defensive back, Chris Chancellor, got in there and knocked that away, and it will be 4th down. Nice play.
Pretty fortunate that they missed the throw and catch here. This is an all-out blitz, 0 coverage, no safety in the middle of the field. This could go a long way if they make that play.
So Brad Maynard is in the punt. He had a 37-yarder in his first attempt, and Cindric Steptoe is back to return. Another guy trying to do something big here tonight. Good high punt going towards the Browns bench, and it's into the Browns bench, caught by Seneca Wallace, who's getting the night off tonight. There's a flag down on the field, though, back at the 21-yard line. They say it's against the Browns. Let's get the call from referee Cleet Blakeman. Here it is.
Holding. Receiving team, number 81. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st down.
And it's on the tight end, Alex Smith. There's Brad Seeley. He's yelling out, who? 81, coach. Alex Smith. And the Browns will lose that pretty good field position, which was out near the 35. They'll go 10 yards back from that. 10-17 to go in the half. 7-7 tie. See your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or visit drive1ohio.com. That's what Jake Delhomme and Seneca Wallace have done during the preseason. And now they get ready for the Buccaneers a week from this Sunday. Colt McCoy on 1st down. Montario Hardesty off the left side out to the 25 and a little bit over that, over the 25-yard line. And on the tackle for the Bears coming in to make the play, Kevin Malist again. Seneca Wallace, who had a dazzling amount of games. We have an injured Browns player down on the field right now. And it is Hardesty who is down. And that,
they're looking to hand around the right knee.
And that would put a huge damper on this night, wouldn't it? He would just be getting back, and then he goes out on the field, scores a touchdown, and now he is down and seems to be in some pain, Bernie, and they're working on his left knee area. So we'll monitor this as they attend to the Browns rookie running back Hardesty, and we'll be back to Brown Stadium. By Mentor Mitsubishi. Visit us at 9090 Mentor Avenue in beautiful Mentor, Ohio. All eyes are over on the Browns bench right now as they work on the leg of Montario Hardesty. Back to play. James Davis got the carry, and he tried to get to the outside, and he got ripped down from behind by Joshua Moore. A cornerback comes over and brings him down back at the 26-yard line. And I have to tell you, Bernie, the air kind of went out of the stadium on that.
Yeah, a hush went over the stadium, probably over the organization. And when you get a second-round pick like that, much has been said about how the Browns are counting on Hardesty this year.
3rd down and 8. He did go off the field on his own power. I mean, they're checking him out on a table over there behind the bench. Here's McCoy, another high snap, and they'll have to run the ball, and it goes to James Davis. He's outside to the 40. He's to the 41-yard line and almost took it all the way. A saving tackle by safety Josh Bullock, but Davis got 14 yards and a 1st down.
Nice chance for James Davis to get himself some reps, and he's one of the bubble guys, show that he could contribute.
Pretty good block down the field by Evan Moore, but a nice cut and slashing run by James Davis, who is going to use the time now that Hardesty is on the sideline to try and get a spot here. Safety coming up off the lava. Here's McCoy throwing, and it's caught. Steptoe, 45, 50, driving, and he's inside Chicago territory and into the Browns bench, and that's a 1st down. That's one of the better balls that McCoy has thrown in the preseason, Bernie, for 16.
Does a good job of hitting him in stride. You expect yourself to be able to hit him on stride in between the numbers in our league. Does a good job by Steptoe, splitting the cornerback, getting an extra 3 or 4 yards at the end of the play.
And it's a 1st down to the Chicago 44-yard line. Chris Jennings is in at running back right now. Play action fake. McCoy steps, throws, wide open. caught. Gamble, the tight end, and he's inside the Chicago 30 near the 28.5-yard line. He got a dozen and another first down. Joel Gamble.
All the running that the Browns have done in the first quarter and a half has kind of set up these help to play action pass. You see all three linebackers for the Bears get sucked in, stepping up to take on the run.
So the ball is down near the 28-yard line. And Joel Gamble's first catch of the preseason. He was actually cut, and then they brought him back. Step-toe went in motion. McCoy got a screen to Jennings inside the 30, and he got cut down as from behind Iwu, the linebacker, and Kevin Malist make the tackle near the 27-yard line. So it's a short gain as Hardesty goes into the tunnel with one of the Browns' physicians, and he appears to be walking okay. And he did leave the field under his own power after that running play that ended his night. 7 minutes to go in the half. Second down. They only got one on that play to Jennings. 2nd and 9 in a 7-7 tie. Here come the Bears across as Colt got him on the hard count right there.
Encroachment. Defense, number 75. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Matt Toino ends up jumping offside, and so now instead of 2nd and 9, you'll have 2nd down at 4, and it's inside the 25.
I think Colt McCoy, that's something he's picking up from Jake Delhomme, who's been a master at using the snap counts and cadence to get people offside, to get defenses to show their rush angles and rush lanes.
Well, that's not a bad night. 5 for 5. 40 yards as he settled in. He got off to a tough start with a fumbled snap, another high snap, and he hands the ball off, and that's good speed. And James Davis almost got face masked on the way down, but he's inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. He got 13 more yards.
James Davis doing a nice job making the most of his opportunity with Hardesty going down.
You know, when I say these are a little bit of an erratic snaps, and they are, as McCoy has got to be on his tiptoes here tonight. Sean Laval, who will probably start at right guard for the Browns, but he is showing them some versatility tonight as he is playing center too. And that's a mess right there. Everybody moving, and it was a mess.
Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, it's unfortunate that one guy gets tagged with that because everybody was moving. Scott Kustra, who can be a valuable guy, Bernie. He can play right tackle, he can play left tackle, and you want him on your side in a fight. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, he's been playing on both sides of the ball already in this game. During the touchdown drive, they ran right over him.
First down, they need 15. Davis again. There's a hole, and he got inside it on the right side and lands down inside the 15-yard line, down near the 11. Second down, 13 as he got 2. And as soon as we can get some information on what happened to Hardesty, we'll pass it along to you. But he is off into the Browns locker room. He has the Browns touchdown, but he obviously had a leg injury or a knee injury on that series that started a few moments ago. Shotgun, McCoy. Blitz coming. He's got to get up and out of there, and he tried to get up the middle, and he'll go down at the 19-yard line.
I think Cole recognized the sight adjustment. They're bringing a blitz to the right of our screen there.
Here comes the blitz. There it is off that corner, Bernie, and he saw it.
He also saw the safety squatting, so the sight adjustment was pretty much covered. In a tough situation as a quarterback there.
10th play of the drive coming up from the 19-yard line of Chicago. Kevin Malist will end up bringing McCoy down. Third down, they need 15. McCoy to the middle. Davis caught it. He weaves left and then back right. And he gets down just shy of the 5-yard line and about a yard and a half shy of the first down as he got 12.
Bears are playing soft prevents, doing the same thing the Browns did in the first quarter, letting them have the underneath checkdowns on 3rd and long. Rallying to the ball and making the tackle.
Corey Graham made the tackle. The crowd wanted the Browns, as they have done a lot of times here in the preseason, gone for it on 4th down. But this would be 4th down and about 3, and it will be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Phil Dawson, who is 5 for 5 in the preseason. And he drives this one up and through. He's now 6 for 6, and the Browns have their first lead of the night. 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first half, and the Browns lead over the Bears 10-7. Ontario Hardesty. Dave's brought to you by Chrysler. Visit us at Chrysler.com or see your local dealer today. Dave.
All right, Jim, Ontario Hardesty's injury is his left knee. That's from the Browns. His return is questionable. The key here is it's not the same knee that kept him out during camp. As you see, he went into the tunnel. This was after the Browns training staff worked on him for a few minutes. Again, his left knee, his return is questionable. Back to you.
10-7, thanks, Dave. 25-yard field goal from Phil Dawson gives the Browns the lead with 3:29 to go in the half. That's Gary Wolf to return for Chicago. And it's a line drive kick that's going to hit at the 5, bounce to Wolf in the end zone, and he runs it out over the 20 and near the 30-yard line, and he got dragged down by Jason Trusnick and Coy Francis, who has missed most of the preseason with an injury. He was on the PUP list after being a draft choice of the Browns last year. There's Francis. So he's happy to get out there with not a lot of time to make his case now to make the team. And the Bears will have it 1st and 10 at their 30 now with 3:21 to go in the half. And it's been all Todd Collins here in the first half. Garrett Wolf will be his running back and his lone back. Collins to throw, and he's got a man wide open. Rashid Davis out to midfield into Browns territory at the 48-yard line. Francis is in on the tackle, and also over there D'Angelo Smith.
I think it's important for Coy Francis with Joe Hayden, with Sheldon Brown coming over from Philadelphia. Backup defensive back positions will be at a premium. So for him to play well tonight and make a difference, I think it would be important for his career.
22-yard gain and a Bears 1st down in Browns territory. Play action fake, late pressure coming. There goes Collins. He's going down as they end up getting him. And David Bowens got in there and made the play. Good for him.
Big
loss of 7.
Good job of David Bowens running over the tailback. Doesn't do a good job of protection. Crafty veteran, knows how to make a running back miss in pass protection to get the sack.
2nd down and long now, near 17 yards to get. 45-yard line back on their own side of the field as Collins knocked down by Bowens, and Schafering helped out at the end of that. More pressure coming. Collins throws. Wolf caught it, and Larry Asante was right there on the spot after he made the catch to make the tackle at the Browns' 46-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain.
Same route that they missed on the last 3rd down play. A little better job of throwing and catching.
And we are at the 2-minute warning, which is going to be brought to you by Liberty Auto Group, Ohio's largest Ford dealer. 2 minutes to go here in the first half at Brown Stadium. The Browns lead by 3. Replay of the game brought to you by Farmers Insurance. And the Browns were ready on this play. After they had gotten a fumble recovery deep in Bears territory, Ontario Hardesty on 3 carries, and then the last one from a yard out went in for a touchdown. Unfortunately, though, since then he has been injured and left the game with a left knee problem, and he's inside, questionable return. 3rd down and 8 for the Bears at the Browns' 46. Collins to throw, up in the air, fires. Nice comeback and a catch by Rashid Davis, who had to reach around. The ball was on the wrong side, and he had already run past it, came back and caught it at the Browns' 28-yard line. Larry Asante made the tackle. 1st down, 19-yard gain.
I think Rashid Davis has shown a resurrection in the Mike Martz offense. Talking to Tom Thayer, their radio analyst for the Bears, says Rashid Davis had a fantastic preseason.
That was a great catch on 3rd down and long. Roma Shodu goes in motion. 1st down, Collins backpedals again, throws, and it's knocked away. Nice play as the Browns getting in there as Brandon McDonald will knock it away from Roma Shodu inside the 25-yard line.
One of the things you see with a veteran quarterback like Collins on the third down and long conversion and on this does a fantastic job of anticipating the hole, trying to throw it right on rhythm, right on time, which he's been doing fantastically tonight.
Second down 10, his numbers. 10 for 13, 139 yards. Garrett Wolf in the backfield with him. Browns are blitzing, and here they come. And here comes Asante, but he throws the ball, got it away at the 10-yard line. Incomplete. The rookie from Nebraska just blew through untouched and was just a hair away from getting the sack.
This is pretty tough. Mike Bart's offense is very vertical down the field. It's tough on a quarterback, especially a quarterback wanting to go into his 16th year to hold the ball against an all-out blitz and hit the skinny post 20 yards downfield like that.
Well, Asante has been doing some pretty good things here tonight. He has had a tough time making plays in the first 3 games, but tonight he's been good. Third down and 10 now for Chicago at the Browns 28. The Bears were coming up and running out of time, and the play clock was at 1, and so Collins calls a timeout. They're out of timeouts. Let's go back to tonight's trivia question, which is brought to you by Donato's. The difference is delicious. What is the most preseason games the Browns have played in a single year? The answer is coming up in the 4th quarter. Well, Bernie, the hot topic right now around the NFL is cutting the preseason down to 2 games and extending the regular season 2 more games to 18. So a 2-game preseason. Is that enough from a player's point of view?
I think right now, from a player's, front office, and coaching point of view, they're really preoccupied with the cuts, who's going to be available, who's going to make the team, where their family's going to spend the year. In terms of, I think, the ownership perspective, being able to get 2 more games and maybe a collective bargaining agreement was definitely something would be ready to look into.
Third down and 10. The Browns blitzing again, and they throw the ball, and Brandon McDonald knocked it away. He knocked it away from Aroma Shadu back at the 23-yard line. The Browns pinched on those corners as they blitzed on the corners, and McDonald got in and knocked it away.
Very nice job, Brandon McDonald, and playing in and out coverage on the all-out blitz with the rookie Asante. McDonald taking the first receiver out to the flats. I think Todd Collins and the Bears are just throwing a sight adjustment with the Browns blitzing.
46-yard field goal attempt. Now Robbie Gould had one blocked and also had another one hit the upright in their last game against Arizona. From 46 yards out, this one is on the way, and this one is good. And the game is tied at 10 with 1:08 left to go. Now, you know why he's kicking better? He's got his long snapper back. Patrick Manley was out and hurt, and so they had Desmond Clark, a tight end, and their backup long snapper doing the snapping, and it just kind of threw everything off.
I don't want to make fun of kickers because I'm a big Phil Dawson fan, but sometimes they're a little peculiar in their mannerisms and the perfection and timing of wanting to get an extra point or field goal off in really about 1.1 to 1.3 seconds. Little things may not seem like that big a deal, but your snapper and holder are actually a really big deal for a kicker.
Now a look at the scoring drive, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. 8 plays, 42 yards in 2:16. And it ended on a 46-yard field goal by Robbie Gould, who, when he finally made it to the Chicago Bears, he kicked his first field goal against the Browns right here at Brown Stadium. Back deep for the Browns. The return is Cindric Steptoe. And the Browns, when they get the ball back, they'll have all of their timeouts and 1:08 to work with. Gould on the kickoff, and Steptoe. He is 4 yards deep. He is tripped up just over the 20-yard line and knocked down. Down to make the tackle for the Bears is Joshua Moore. And the Browns will get it with 1:01 left to go in the first half and all of their timeouts left.
Definitely like to see Colt McCoy do a 2-minute drill right now.
He's going to get a chance to do it. Now, we were left on Saturday night when we were leaving Detroit with those images of the Browns coaching staff, Eric Mangini, Brian Daboll, not happy with what McCoy did at the end of the game. And it wasn't just the last ball that he threw that went out of bounds. It was actually a play before that when he threw a short pass, and they only got a minimum amount of yards. But remember, the clock kept running. It's a screen. James Davis had to reach for it. Then he cuts away with a flag down, and then he gets tossed down to the ground at the 24-yard line as Henry Melton.
We may have had a lineman downfield on the screenplay there. But you're right. Last week, the clock management issues is an important thing for a young quarterback to learn.
Ineligible player downfield on the offense, number 68. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And it will be on Billy Yates. Now, Billy Yates is a valuable guy. Billy Yates, as we've been talking about Sean Laval handling the snaps tonight as the Browns center, but Billy Yates can do that. He can also play guard, which he's doing here tonight.
Really a close call on whether he was really downfield. Couldn't have been more than a foot or two.
First down, 15. He pumps fakes the ball and then gives it off to James Davis, and he runs it out to the 19-yard line, and he gets crumbled right there. In to make the tackle is Barry Turner of the Bears. 40 seconds left, and the Browns not stopping the clock, though they have 3 timeouts left. But they are deep in their own territory, and now they have second down and 13. McCoy. Davis. Couple of nice moves again, and he's up and should have the first down, and they need to stop the clock right now. 14-yard gain and a first down over the 30 to the 32-yard line with 19 seconds to go in the half. You were calling the timeout.
Yeah, that's
up here.
One of the things that younger quarterbacks, and maybe it's because of the microphone and the helmets, that you expect the coaches to make every call for you. You're waiting for him to call. In the older school of doing things, I really like my quarterback to understand, the clock management, understand what plays are coming next, and I like to see him in the referee's face calling a timeout right when James Davis was tackled.
Incidentally, Davis created some good yardage on that play. That was just a short pass, and then he sliced it upfield. 21 seconds to go in the half.
He really lost a few seconds by that delay on the timeout.
2 timeouts left. Shotgun, that's a good snap from Laval. McCoy, and again it's Davis, right up the middle of the field. He's to the 45, got to bang another timeout. Bernie calling it off to my right with 14 seconds left to go. That's a gain of 12 and another first down.
I just can't help myself.
No, you can't, obviously. And I can't give you the timeout. I mean, I want to give you the timeout.
We'd have 4 or 5 extra seconds left now.
We'd have about 21 seconds left. As it is right now, we only have 14 because Bernie couldn't make the call on the timeout. So now you're over on the sideline. Now this is invaluable experience for McCoy.
Right, and Chicago's playing soft prevent, kind of giving them the checkdowns. You reach a point where you almost know you've got to force it down the field. Try to make some plays. This is his last chance, probably playing tonight, maybe even for the season. So you want to see if you could stick in those square ins and seam routes.
14 seconds, and they have 1 timeout left from their own 45. First down, McCoy up in the pocket. He's got a man open. That's caught, and it's Alex Smith. And Smith, the tight end, takes it into the Bears sideline wisely, stopping the clock with 7 seconds left, and the ball is at the Chicago 47-yard line. Second down, and about 2.5 to get. They still have the 1 timeout, and they have the ball at the Chicago 47-yard line.
You may try now with just a quick play to try to get 5 or 6 yards and get it closer for a Hail Mary play.
McCoy quickly, Alex Smith to the 40-yard line, and they'll bang the last time out with 2 seconds left. And here comes Phil Dawson. So McCoy, he got it done. He got him a chance to kick this thing. And remember, Dawson kicked that 58-yarder officially in Green Bay, though he and a lot of us believe it was 59. And this one is going to be right in that area. This is going to be a 58-yard field goal try. This should be a snap. He's already done it, Bernie.
From the entertainment side, I'd like to see this. If I was Neil Cornridge's agent, I'm not sure I'd want to be seeing him in the last preseason game kicking a 58-yarder, him being the only kicker on the roster, and having a 16-game season in front of him.
It's a long way away. 58-yard field goal attempt. Hodges will hold. Paprion will snap. Dawson into it. End over end. Up. No good.
Fantastic leg strength.
No problem with the length. And the first half ends with a Dawson marathon kick that just misses wide left. And at the end of the first half, we are tied, the Bears and Browns, at 10-10. Coming up, the Chevy halftime report, highlights, statistics, and that's coming up next from Brown Stadium. Getting ready for the start of the second half, all tied, Bears and Browns at 10-10. Now it's time to take a look at tonight's Pro Football Hall of Fame spotlight. The Toe, Lou Groza, enshrined in 1974, all NFL tackles 6 times, scored 1,608 points as a kicker. He played in 9 Pro Bowls and was just one of the greatest human beings you'd ever want to know. Lou the Toe Groza. Come to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton to honor, preserve, educate, and promote.
That's a pretty appropriate spot to play. I don't think we've mentioned it through the preseason, but God bless Jackie Groza passed away at the beginning of training camp. Fantastic couple.
So Eric Mangini, 10-10 into the second half and the last half now of evaluation before they must cut that roster down, and the same goes for Lovie Smith and the Chicago Bears, and they've got some big decisions over on their side too to make. Robbie Gould ready to kick it off, and the Browns will send back to return here in the second half. Cindric Steptoe is back deep and waits in the end zone for the Gould kick. And we're off and running. Second half from Brown Stadium as Gould sends it to the far right corner, and Steptoe catches on the fly and cuts it back up towards the middle, over the 20 and up near the 23-yard line, and he's brought down there. And on the tackle for the Bears is Woody Terrain and Joaquin Iglesias. They make the stop. So the Browns will begin 1st and 10. Just over their own 20 at the 23-yard line. And Bernie, it will still be Colt McCoy.
Been speculating how the rotation was going to go today. Originally it thought Colt McCoy would get the first half, Brett Ratliff get the second half. See a little more. Keep that streak alive.
10 for 10, 93 yards, and pretty good in the 2-minute offense late in the half to get them at least a field goal try on first down. Here's James Davis. Runs into a wall up near the 25. They'll give him a little bit more than the 25-yard line. Marcus Harrison, who's a pretty high draft choice by the Bears, number 99 there. He's a 3rd-round pick and has not really flourished the way they wanted him to. So he's fighting to hold on to his spot. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 at the 25.
Looking at those arms and that body, Jim, you go tell him he hasn't flourished.
McCoy back out. He's got Alex Smith offset as a fullback. And James Davis deep in the backfield, a running back. 2nd and 8. McCoy will bootleg it out. And he's got some space and zips it in, and it's caught. Jake Allen makes the catch, fumbled it out of bounds, but he had already put the ball away out at the 40-yard line. And the tall, very tall Allen got 15 yards.
Well, you can feel Colt McCoy feels comfortable on these bootleg plays, getting outside the pocket on a designed rollout. Goes to the second level to hit Jake Allen coming across on the over route.
Allen was with the Green Bay Packers last year, and then the Browns picked him up mid-season. He joined the team late in a practice week, and the Browns were actually playing the Bears at Soldier Field, and he started in that game for the Browns at wide receiver. Here's McCoy on first down. Plenty of time, leads his man, Bobby Ingram. Ingram got the catch and is out to midfield before he gets tossed down the play by the linebacker, Tim Shaw. And that should be another first down as he got 10.
Bobby Ingram coming across on a shallow underneath route. Colt leads them. It's imperative for either the young receivers or for Bobby Ingram to make plays in the second half. Decisions to be made on those 4th and 5th receivers.
Bobby Ingram probably plays the same type of role that Chancey Stuckey would play. Davis with a block from Alex Smith. Got around the corner inside the Chicago 45 to the 43-yard line. And the tackle again is made over there by Tim Shaw. But, you know, Stuckey plays that slot receiver spot. And that's what Ingram has been doing here with the Browns since he joined them.
Again, those are the decisions. What type of depth do you want to have? Whether it's depth outside, depth in the slot, depth at the extra tailback position. A lot of discussion will go back and forth over the next 72 hours.
Second down, 3, and we have a false start on the Browns.
False start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So the penalty called on Joel Reinders.
Been quite a bit of talk from the NFL insiders about the change this year. That was the umpire calling it from behind the quarterback. In years past, you'd see him right lined up basically where the middle linebacker lines up on defense. They're experimenting with 2 referees, a referee and an umpire behind the quarterback until 5 minutes to go in either half.
Second down, McCoy. Plenty of time in the pocket, ran out of time and got tossed down to the ground by Barry Turner. Well, he had enough time. He obviously didn't see anybody open, and then that little clock said it's time to get rid of it or get sacked.
This is probably the difference between a veteran quarterback and here a rookie. He's having a hard time, although the Bears did have the downfield Browns receivers covered. When it's man coverage like that, sometimes you just got to let it go and yell at that receiver that they've got to beat man coverage. They need to make a play.
Now 3rd down and 18. Remember, they were 2nd down and 3, and now they're 3rd down and 18 after the penalty and the sack. And he's going to dump it. Davis to the 50. And James Davis blasts it into Bears territory down to the 45-yard line, but they're short of the first down as he got 13 on the play. Davis has done everything at a high speed tonight. Running, catching the ball, run after the catch.
Yeah, run after the catch specifically. He's done a fantastic job on these checkdowns of making the first guy miss and actually sneaking out a couple first downs.
All right, Reggie Hodges in to punt. His job is to hem the Bears in right here, and he sends it way up high. DJ Moore, fair catch, right on his 10-yard line, and that's where Chicago will go to work. Good job by Hodges to pin them inside the 20. 10:40 left to go, 3rd quarter, 10-10 your score. He has this report brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Jim, here's an update on Montario Hardesty. He did not join the team coming back on the field after halftime. He's still in the locker room. He is questionable to return to this game. He hurt his left knee. Again, questionable, but I doubt we're going to see him again, Jim.
All right, thanks, Dave. Danny Lefevre is in at quarterback now, the rookie from Central Michigan. He was a great player in the MAC. And on first down, he hands the ball off. Khalil Bell took it and carried it over the 15-yard line out to the 17-yard line for a 7-yard gain on the play. David Bowens, who has a sack here tonight, is in on the tackle. This kid really lit it up at Central Michigan. And remember, I think during his career, it's safe to say, he went through a couple of coaching changes there.
Yeah, he did a good job with his feet and with his arm. Talking to the Bears team, he's steadily progressed and improved throughout the preseason.
He grew up in the Chicago area, went to high school right in Chicago. He was a huge Bears fan growing up as a kid, so it's a good fit there. Here's Bell again running. He's got the first down near the 22-yard line. David Bowens is in on the tackle again. Well, if David Bowens is, on the bubble, as they say, at this point, he is showing them that he's still got something left in the tank. And for a guy that's played as long as he has to be in there playing this hard, he's got an awful lot of pride, which you don't want missing from your locker room.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head. There's a lot of pride I think it's the type of guy that knows Coach Mangini, Coach Ryan, and brings a lot of leadership and character to the locker room.
First down at the Chicago 21. Lefevre rolling. And Cliff Geathers, the rookie defensive lineman, chases him into the sideline, but he'll pick up about 5 yards out to the 26-yard line. And it will be second down and 5. Jason Trusnick was over there too.
Jason Trusnick's a big guy. If you get a shot of Cliff Geathers next to him, the monstrosity that he has, it's amazing. And it makes Jason Trusnick look small.
There he is, 97. Cliff Geathers from South Carolina. Second down and 5. Browns might be showing blitz with Marcus Bernard on that corner. Or rather, Titus Brown on the corner. Instead, the Bears run it into the middle and will pick up maybe a yard out to the 27-yard line, and it will be third down coming up for Chicago.
You could tell they're not scheming. I don't think they're going to be running right at Cliff Geathers like the Bears did if that was a regular season game. It's a tough guy to move there for a backup offensive lineman.
Big number 97. Now it's third down, and the Bears need 3. A lot of shifting. Rashid Davis shifting into the slot at the top of your screen. And they're going to hand the ball off on a reverse to Iglesias, and a great play in the corner by Coy Francis. He stayed home, Bernie, and made the play in the corner, dropping him for a loss back to the 26, a loss of 2.
You know, one of the keys to the game throughout training camp and preseason games has been the physical play by the secondary. Wanting to see cornerbacks tackle. Coy Francis certainly showed he's a capable tackler right there.
Now he had that big offensive lineman, James Martin, pulling out on him, but he just went right around him, right low to the ankles, and clipped out Iglesias. Maynard into punt, Steptoe to return. 10-10 your score. Third quarter. Steptoe right on the edge of the sideline. Oh, he got popped. Woodney Terrain. A defensive back for the Bears was right down there to hit Steptoe after a 47-yard punt. Browns ball when we come back. Being provided to you by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. And back inside the stadium, new quarterback Brett Ratliff. Here's what he's done: 8 for 19 during the preseason for 61 yards. The interception came late on the last offensive play for the Browns on that rainy night against St. Louis when Bobby Carpenter stepped in front of a pass. Ratliff on first down gives to Chris Jennings. Jennings to the 30, and a little giddy up out to the 35-yard line, and chased over to the sideline there and hit by Kelvin Smith.
You know, Brett Ratliff, I don't think these statistics are indicative of how he's played. He's got a few 2-minute drives, brought the team back to win against the Packers, but he's thrown some nice balls down the field, especially the fades versus cover 2, and a couple of times I can remember him being dropped.
Yeah, he's had a couple of drops, you're right. Second down and 3. That was a good 7-yard run by Jennings, so give it back to him. And Jennings had to secure the ball there, but once he got it, looks like he might have pushed the pile enough to get near a first down at the 43.5-yard line. On the tackle for Chicago is Big Barry Turner, but that is a first down. Incidentally, to close the book on McCoy, I would assume that it's Ratliff the rest of the way. Colt McCoy went 13 for 13 with 131 yards in passing on the night. First and 10 for the Browns near their own 39-yard line. Ratliff, the slant, and Jake Allen dropped it. Out at the 46-yard line, and he had separation there, Bernie.
Yeah, Ratliff does a nice job of reading the coverage. It's press bail. They throw the slants. This is not what you want to get yourself on film 48 hours before major cutdowns for Jake Allen.
Second down and 10 as Ratliff got knocked out of the play. Barry Turner is all over the field defensively for Chicago on that defensive line. So Brett Ratliff has second and 10 from his own 39-yard line. And he's going to throw it long and over the head of Jake Allen. As Ratliff had to get rid of it, maybe a touch earlier than he wanted to, because Mick Williams hit him just as he was throwing, just as he stepped into that throw.
Not a good job of running the fade coverage by Jake Allen. Doesn't get any separation, doesn't give the quarterback anywhere to go with the ball. Good job by Ratliff, just throwing the ball out of bounds.
Now you saw there Ratliff step out of the huddle because the Browns probably had too many men in the huddle, and Gamble, the tight end, had to get out of the huddle or they would have been flagged for 5 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 10. And they're going to run it. Jennings trying to get away, couldn't get away. Mick Williams got him by the jersey and brought him down. And the Browns go 3 and out, so that drop by Allen really kind of threw that drive away after Jennings had run them to a 1st down, and then he's ready to hit the slant, and Allen dropped the ball. DJ Moore is in to return the Reggie Hodges punt. 5:35 left to go, 3rd quarter. Hodges, good punt. Moore inside his 10 at the 7, fields it, and the Browns have him in a net right there, but he got out of there. Up to the 20-yard line and tossed out of bounds there. D'Angelo Smith got him. Blake Costanzo was face-to-face with him, but he got around him. That was a 52-yard punt, and the Bears have the ball when we come back. Brought to you by Menor Mitsubishi. Visit us at 9090 Menor Avenue in beautiful Menor, Ohio. 10-10 tie, 5:17 left, 3rd quarter. Chicago ball at their 21-yard line. And Dan Lefevre is in for 2nd series now, the rookie quarterback from Central Michigan. Lefevre stands in, throws, Rashid Davis catches, cuts across the field to the 45-yard line, wrapped up by Larry Asante over the 45 at the 46 for 25 yards.
This is a vintage Mike Martz run system. You need excellent protection to do that double move. That's a deep corner route off of the post move inside. You need about 3.5, 4 seconds to throw that 20 to 25-yard breaking route to the outside.
And that was 26 and a 1st down to the 46-yard line. Now whistles blow, timeout Chicago. And the Bears use the timeout.
Timeout, Cleveland.
Oh, now the Browns are charged with the timeout. So the Browns used the timeout. They couldn't get things lined up defensively. There's Mike Martz. Rob Ryan not happy about that. We'll be back. Extraordinary courage, compassion, character, or humanity by saving or improving the lives of others. The American Red Cross of Greater Cleveland is looking for heroes. Go to clevelandheroes.com by September 10th and nominate your hero. Back at Brown Stadium, it will be 1st down and 10. That was a Cleveland timeout, so the Browns have 2 left in the game. 10-10 your score, and there's been no scoring here in the 2nd half. Chicago's got the ball 1st and 10 at their 46-yard line. Danny Lefevre, who's got a lot of time, throws, and it is incomplete to Rashid Davis. Boy, there were 3 Browns around him. David Bowens, Kaluka Mayava, and the safety Larry Asante were all there in the vicinity.
I got it for a rookie. I really like the way he stands in there. Wants to sneak that square and in there. Not the highest of percentage of throws. Really, Rashid Davis could make this catch.
Yeah, you're right. He had made a catch tougher than that right at the end of the 1st half. Blake Costanzo in the middle of that Browns defense. 2nd down, 10. All spread out with Angelo, the tight end, in motion. They dump it off, caught. Khalil Bell, the running back, lined up as a wide receiver, made the catch. Larry Asante drags him down at the Browns 46, and that's good for 8 yards, but it will be 3rd and 2 for Chicago.
You see the versatility of the offense there. They spread Mike Marsh's system. They spread it out there, and the quarterback really just gets eye contact with the uncovered receiver and hits him on a quick looky route. Dan Lefevre showing good presence for a rookie. Back-to-back plays now, doing extreme cases. I'd like to see Colt McCoy try to stick the ball down the field a little bit like that.
Chicago 2 for 8 on 3rd down. Here's Lefevre. He held on to it. Now he's going to throw it up, and it's going to be incomplete. As Blake Costanzo was right on his ankle, trying to drag him down. Lefevre then tried to throw the ball to the near sideline and get rid of it, and it's incomplete.
That's fantastic by the young quarterback.
So the Bears looked like they were moving as Blake Costanzo almost had the sack. He had him by the left leg, couldn't get him down. Brad Maynard will punt standing at his 40, and Cedric Steptoe is parked right on his 10. Maynard's going to send it right over here to the near sideline, and it will go out of bounds. Now, where did it go? Over the line and out of bounds. They'll mark that as Maynard will go to the sideline. It's over the 10, and the Browns will begin at their own 15 when we come back to Brown Stadium. Brought to you by Donato's. The difference is delicious. What's the most preseason games the Browns have played in a single year? And we give you the answer in the 4th quarter. And the Browns have a long field right now, starting at their 15-yard line. 10-10 the score. Brett Ratliff in at quarterback, and James Davis back in at running back. He's over the 15 and drives it out to the 19-yard line, and a 4-yard gain for Davis. 2nd down and 6. Davis has probably ended up with more work tonight than he anticipated, as he got into the game earlier when Montario Hardesty, who started the game at running back and scored the Browns' only touchdown, went down with a left knee injury and left the game, and then Davis came in. And he's been alternating with Chris Jennings. 2nd down, Davis with Alex Smith leading him around, and he breaks the tackle out near the 40. Remember, he did it last preseason against the Lions for 81 yards and took one for a touchdown, and he almost did it again.
You know, James Davis is making the most of his playing opportunity. Another probably hidden thing to the Hardesty injury again is it's probably going to make the Browns keep an extra back, because you're not going to really want to go into the Tampa Bay game with maybe just 4 backs, one of which is Mario Hardesty.
Davis now 66 yards in the game. He got 20 on that run on 11 carries. 1st and 10 the Browns from their 39-yard line. Davis again, this time not so much.
That could end up actually setting off a domino, where if you have to keep an extra back they maybe had anticipated keeping, does that come out of an extra linebacker, an extra secondary guy, an extra wide receiver?
He lost 2. 2nd down and 12. Coming up to 2 minutes to go here in the quarter. Ratliff puts Carlton Mitchell in motion. There's a blitz coming. He's got to get out of there. Throws it. Davis caught it, and he brings it up to the 39-yard line, and he'll get the 2 yards back that he lost on the run, and it will be 3rd down and 10 for the Browns.
Nice awareness by Ratliff. Even though it's a screen, he sees the protection breakdown to his left, to his blind side, or senses it. Knows enough to drift right, drift away from the pressure to buy himself an extra split second to get the screenplay off.
That was Tim Shaw, the Bears linebacker, who got through cleanly and forced Ratliff to get out of there, like Bernie said. 3rd down and 10 now from their own 39-yard line. Alex Smith to one side of Ratliff. Davis to the other. They need 10 yards. He's got a good pocket. Now he's got to get out of there and run. He slides over the 40-yard line, short of the 1st down, well short of it. Out to the 42 as he picked up 3 on the scramble. Well, he had a good pocket, and then it started to pinch in on him and close. Right there, I think he wanted to throw it.
Yeah, typical probably of the last preseason game. 3rd and 10 in a regular season, you're going to see the 4 receiver sets, the more spread formations, nickel and dime coverage on the field. The Bears just stayed regular personnel there.
Hodges punts. DJ Moore to return. And that ball is going to go well out of bounds as Hodges didn't get one of his better ones off that time. And the Bears will get the ball over their own 30-yard line up near the 35. 23-yard punt for Hodges. Well, that's not bad that you did it tonight. Don't do it in a couple of Sundays in Tampa. Hey, if you know somebody who missed tonight's game, no problem. Sportstime Ohio will rebroadcast the Browns and Bears. The game re-airs tomorrow at noon in its entirety. Sportstime Ohio, your official cable home of the Browns. Chicago begins at their 35-yard line. Danny Lefevre back in at quarterback. Browns had to race David Vekune to the sidelines and off the field. First down. And running well. Khalil Bell was in traffic. Kept his feet moving and got it out to the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down 5 for Chicago. In fact, they're going to give him 6, so make it second down and 4.
Don't think Chicago's going to be able to get another playoff before the end of the third quarter here.
And that's right. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. No points scored in that third quarter, so we are where we were at the end of the first half. Going to the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of the preseason. 10-10, the Bears and Browns tie.
Some baskets are available in the colors of your favorite NFL and college team, especially with the Buckeyes playing tonight. You can see the complete 2010 lineup by going to my website listed on your TV screen below.
All right, Bernie, and the Buckeyes are well in control down in Columbus, 42-7, as they get ready for your Miami Hurricanes next week. Second down for Chicago. And they run the ball again over the right side. As it's Khalil Bell again as he bangs it out short of the first down. Out to the 44-yard line. It will be third down and about 1.5 yards to go.
You know, sometimes front office people and coaches have to play a little bit of a game in the fourth quarter of a preseason where making sure anybody who's possibly injured and not going to make the team doesn't really get out onto the field either.
Third down, 1.5 yards to get. Lefevre throws, incomplete. As he missed his tight end, Kellen Davis, out in the flat. Chris Chancellor was running around the line of scrimmage and finally got to the right guy. And Lefevre missed on the connection. And it will now be fourth down. Now the Browns will get the ball back. Steptoe will return the Brad Maynard punt with 14:19 to go. On fourth down, Patrick Manley snaps it back. Where the Browns almost got in there. Marcus Bernard almost got a hand on that and blocked it. And Maynard hit a great punt. It hops out of bounds at the Browns' 9-yard line. And Brett Ratliff and the Browns offense will have to go a long way. That was a 48-yard punt in a 10-10 tie. Brought to you by Jack Mattia Chevy. Derek Robinson of the Browns stuffing Khalil Bell on that running game. There it is again. Jack Mattia Chevy, where we still do business with a handshake. Here's what's got on in the second half. The Browns have had 3 possessions, 3 punts. The Bears have had 3 possession, 3 punts. 10-10 tie. And the Browns begin inside their 10 at the 9-yard line. First down, Ratliff straight back by his 1. Out to Alex Smith, 10, 15. And the tight end brings it up near the 18-yard line. And he'll get 9 yards, and it will be second down and 1. Melissa, the linebacker, is over to make the tackle.
Alex Smith coming across on the drag route. Had a square in behind it. Ratliff elected to come down, take the safety valve.
Alex Smith in the mix at tight end. And remember, Robert Royal is injured right now. And you've got Evan Moore and Benjamin Watson. Jennings plows his way up near the first down. He did not get to the 20, but he only needed the 19 to get the first down. Let's see if he did get it. I don't think they're going to give it to him, Bernie.
Second and
less than 1, and it will be third down and less than that.
Well, me and you have had this debate. You know how I feel on second and short.
Go,
take
right?
A chance for Brett wanting to make a statement and try to make an NFL team. That would be a good chance there to take a shot down the field. He has the same coverage again.
Third down, and he's going to keep it, and there's a flag before he keeps it, and it's a false start. So instead of third down at a couple of inches.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Now it becomes third down at about 6. Kustra is the number given. 74, Scott Kustra. Hit with the penalty, and now the Browns have third down and about 6.
I think he's got the short end of the stick a couple times. You saw our quarterback, Brett Ratliff, pointing to himself. I think he made a communication mistake at the line of scrimmage on the quarterback sneak.
Third down. Throwing, and it's caught. Mitchell's got it, and then the whistle blew, and they're going to say the play is dead. They're going to say was hit and brought down by contact as Mitchell made the catch on that slant. Woodney Terrain was the defensive back.
Oof. Nice job of catching the slant, executing the 3rd and 6 to keep the drive alive. I think Carlton Mitchell could use a nice game today in case something happens to the top tier receivers, that he shows enough to warrant maybe a roster spot or a practice squad spot.
First down, Ratliff. 1st and 10. They picked up a blitz. He's going to go long, and Mitchell fights for the ball up in the air. And Woodney Terrain was the defensive back there, and there's a flag down. Now the Bears are saying it's against Mitchell, and it is, I believe.
He may have stepped out of bounds.
Pass interference. Offense, number 18. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
All right, let's watch him as he went down the field on this route, and he's going against Woodney Terrain. And, oh, yeah, he grabbed him right there on the back of his jersey.
Well, I know that's the Josh Cribbs technique. He's been watching it all through camp, and maybe if you're a superstar Pro Bowler, they don't make that call. If you're a rookie 6th-round pick from South Florida, you get the pass interference. I personally love to see our receivers sticking up for a ball, making sure it doesn't get picked off.
Now it becomes first down and 20. Jake Delhomme went over to the rookie Mitchell and slapped him on the shoulder pads. Short drop, Ratliff throwing, and it's too high, and Steptoe can't come down with it at the 20-yard line, which will make it 2nd down and 20.
Just the basic timing. 6-yard quick out, 3-step drop. That should be like clockwork. Should be able to get that 100% of the time with no rush.
So the Browns come out at their own 13-yard line. 2nd down and 20. Chris Jennings, the running back. Well, you try again. This time Bobby Ingram makes the catch, and he's corralled down at the 20-yard line. Corey Graham brought him down at the 20, and it will be 3rd down. They'll need 13.
There's that veteran experience, knowing how to settle, find the soft part in the zone. Trying to make it 3rd manageable, just getting 7 or 8 yards on 2nd down.
3rd down now for the Browns. 3rd down, 13. Corey Graham lines up defensively for the Bears. Ratliff into the shotgun. Pumps it and then floats it over the middle. Now Jennings has got to get it and go, and Corey Graham got him by the hips and brought him down at the 25-yard line, and the Browns will punt again. 4th time now they'll punt here in the 2nd half, as they just can't get the offense moving. Even when they make a play and have a new set of downs, they get a big penalty, like Mitchell got caught on the offensive pass interference.
Corey.
DJ Moore back deep for Chicago. And Moore floats it back to the 24-yard line. He's got the near sideline. Now the middle of the field. And he got knocked down at the 45-yard line. Marcus Bernard was down there for the Browns along with D'Angelo Smith. 51-yard punt, but an 18-yard return. And we are still even at 10. Rookie Watch brought to you by Wayside Furniture, Wayside in Akron. Better furniture priced lower since 1937. Well, Larry Asante, the rookie safety from Nebraska, 6 tackles tonight, all of them solo tackles. The 5th-round draft choice coming off that very fine Nebraska defense. And right back in the middle of the Browns defense. Now, tough to get playing time when there's an earlier guy in the draft at your position, T.J. Ward. Danny Lefevre throwing over the middle. Chris Chancellor stepped in front of Rashid Davis and broke it up at the Browns' 40-yard line. Almost had a pick.
Excellent job of pass coverage down the field. You need to win as the receiver on this. I like the quarterback standing in there, trying to stick it down the field.
So you like him, Bernie,
yeah,
the way Lefevre is hanging in there.
Kind of reminds me, Gary Danderson used to say to me a lot that you were trying to make a presence, make a statement as a young quarterback. Anybody can throw the checkdowns. Let me see you throw the 20-yard square in.
2nd down, 10 from the Chicago 45-yard line. Iglesias goes in motion. He had a big play earlier in the game. The Browns are blitzing off the corner, and they run right into the blitz at the 42-yard line. So they were coming off the corner. Brandon McDonald shot through, and he made the play on Garrett Wolf. A loss on the play of 3, and it will be 3rd and 13. Well, he timed that right, didn't he?
Timed it perfectly, and actually disguised it well, too.
I think McDonald has played well tonight. Now it's 3rd down and 13. Browns jumping around on that defensive line. Gathers that big, huge defensive lineman almost in a crouch standing. Lefevre to throw, running out of time. He'll get hit, dragged down at the 40. Kaluka Mayava got him by the feet and brought him down with help from Bekune.
2 guys that can use making a big play. The name's been mentioned on this roster cut down, possibly.
So Lefevre goes down and out.
It's a nice job by Kaluka Mayava. He really has coverage on the back there, so he has to spy his pass coverage responsibility while keeping another eye on the quarterback. Comes off of the fullback to make the tackle on the quarterback in the pocket.
And this is the 4th punt of the 2nd half for the Bears. Maynard to Steptoe. Steptoe catches it at the 11. To the 20. To the 25. And Khalil Bell, the running back, brings him down at the 25-yard line. 48-yard punt, 14-yard return. 8:56 left in a 10-10 tie. The difference is delicious. What is the most preseason games the Browns have played in a single year? And now the answer, 1956, the Browns played 7. Wow, that's a lot. Oh. 7 preseason games.
Well, I remember when Deke started.
We just want a field goal in this one.
You imagine adding an extra. They're talking about going to 18 games in 2 preseasons. The older guys like Doug Deacon will be disappointed not to play in all those preseason games.
James Davis in a little trouble trying to find the corner, and boy, that woody terrain has been all over the field on special teams. And now on the corner for the Bears, and he makes the play back at the 22-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and very long for the Browns. 2nd down, 13.
You can see Chicago settling into their vanilla-based defense. They're a 4-3, cover 2, cover 4 team. Just trying to rush 4 guys and play soft zone behind it.
2nd down, 13. Davis remains in the game as the running back. Radliff to throw. Here's the slant. Mitchell reaches back, makes the catch, and goes down near the 35-yard line. Gain of 12, and it will be 3rd and 1.
It's a nice job on a slant route of using his hands, not letting it get to his shoulder pads and body.
Well, the thing you love about him is his size. I mean, he's got a great wide receiver frame, great height. He's got terrific speed. I think Eric Mangini told us that he's the fastest of their receivers.
Although the other receivers may debate that point, I think the coaches and scouts have timed Mitchell is probably the fastest guy at the receiver position.
Ratliff keeps the ball, and he will get the first down. It will be a first down at the 37-yard line. So they get out of that hole after Davis had run for a loss of 3 on first down, and the Browns have a first down at their 37-yard line. Now, we've seen Mitchell a couple of times, and they've run reverses to him as they try and get him on the edge and use that speed. Tonight, we're seeing him more catching the ball, and he's doing a better job as he points down at his numbers right there. But it's a run. And James Davis lowers his pads and brings it out to the 43-yard line. You know, the other day in the locker room, you could look into the face and the eyes of James Davis, and you could tell that he knew tonight had to be his night. He needed a big game coming in because at that time you knew Hardesty was going to play. He has since been injured tonight, but that Hardesty was going to play. Hillis had made his case for himself, and of course Jerome Harrison was there, and he realized he had to do something special here tonight, and he's had a very good night.
Coaches tell players, don't play the numbers game, whether you're going to make the team game. Just focus a day at a time. Well, players are human, and they can't help themselves. They realize the magnitude of performing in game conditions and making plays. And the guys that are on the bubble, you could tell by the way you practice and by the way you play where you kind of fit in the pecking order of the team and the organization.
Well, he leaves a little limpy as he goes over to the sideline as he was dragging that leg. He actually was limping on the play before that after that last run, and then he ran on that play. Third down now, 3rd and 5. Ratliff shotgun blitz, throws, caught. Ingram's got a lot of field. 50, 40, and gets cut down into the Browns sideline. Terrain took him down at the 36-yard line. A 24-yard gain for the veteran Bobby Ingram.
Bobby Ingram and Brett Ratliff do a nice job. He sees the blitz coming to the top of his screen, our screen, his right. Knows you got to get rid of it quick. Bobby Ingram does a good job of separating.
1st and 10 now for the Browns at the Chicago 36-yard line with 5.5 to go in the game. Ingram checks over into the Browns sideline. Ratliff's got to get this play off. Play clock is down to 1, and they're going to reverse it. And here comes Mitchell to the 35, and the Bears were ready for that and got out there and strung it out. And Henry Melton makes the play, the former Texas Longhorn. That's a big guy getting out there and really running to the play very well.
Even though these are the Bears backups, this is worth a shot from Brian Dable as the play caller. Nice job of being patient, being consistent, staying in your lanes on backside pursuit by the Chicago Bears, not letting the reverse play work.
2nd down and 8. Jennings will be the running back. Ratliff throwing, and Jake Allen had it deflect off of him, and it is picked off as Aaron Webster comes up with the ball and runs it out to the 49-yard line. And Jake Allen has had a tough night. Ratliff put it right on his hands, and the Bears get the big turnover. Timeout at Brown Stadium, 4:29 to go in the game, and it's still tied at 10. Play of the game brought to you by Time Warner, now offering start over. Montario Hardesty got his first pro touchdown on a 1-yard run. He had run all 3 plays on that drive, which started at the Chicago 13-yard line, and he took it in from a yard out. But on his next series, he was injured. And now in a 10-10 tie, after the Browns have a costly turnover, Chicago's got the ball at their own 49-yard line, and they'll run. And a nice play. Brian Sanford read the play as he rips down Garrett Wolf right at the line of scrimmage. Sanford's out of Temple, so Tom Heckert saw him play a lot in Philadelphia, Tom being with the Eagles.
Yeah, you'd like to not see a young man like Jake Allen have his last game with the Browns be like this. He's going to obsess on those couple drop balls, and I think see him in his sleep for quite a few nights. Not the plays you want to make right before the coaches are going to cut you now.
And that look will tell you what he feels about his night tonight. Rashid Davis in motion, second down. Lefevre, the rookie quarterback, with a lot of time, he's going to find somebody, and he's got his man. Matthews, the rookie receiver from Michigan, makes the catch inside the Browns 40 at the 39-yard line for 13 yards and a first down on the catch by Greg Matthews.
Nice job of Dan LaFleur moving his feet, buying time in the pocket. Again, sticking it downfield on the comeback route.
So now the Bears moving towards field goal range in this 10-10 tie. First and 10 at the Browns 39-yard line.
He's going to get a big blitz man coverage.
He's going to throw it out in the flat. Wolf is there, and another nice tackle by Coy Francis, as he's made 2 tackles like that out there in the open field. If he misses that tackle, Wolf's going to pick up a lot of yardage.
You know, Jim, we talked about it. You pointed out a lot in last year's preseason how physical a cornerback Coy Francis is. Didn't get a chance to play a ton during the season, but and in this preseason. But tonight we're seeing he's a surefire tackler.
Second down and 10. As he cut Wolf off out in the flat, Jason Tresnick almost jumped there. Here's Lefevre. He picked up the blitz. He's going to lob it down the field over the head of Rashid Davis, who is being covered by D'Angelo Smith at the Browns 15-yard line. Off the corner, Chris Chancellor had blown in, but Chicago had picked that up.
Yeah, nice job of protection by the backup Bears line. Gives them plenty of time to throw. D'Angelo Smith's come back strong after giving up the initial touchdown to Greg Olsen.
Now Danny Lefevre getting the play from the sideline. It will be third down and 10. Under 3 minutes. See with the Browns defensively if they can get some pressure on Lefevre, who is dropping back to throw. Yes, they can, and a sack. Sanford's got him back at the 46-yard line. A loss of 7. Brian Sanford.
Nice job of just rushing 4. Sanford comes around the outside. Good coverage downfield, allowed the pressure, the front 4 to get there.
And Brad Maynard is in again to punt. 5th Chicago punt in the second half. And Steptoe to return back at his 10. Maynard put the Browns out one time here in the second half at the 9, and the Browns block it. D'Angelo Smith blocked it, and it goes over into the Browns bench. So D'Angelo Smith, Bernie, you just said he has rallied a couple of times here tonight after giving up an early touchdown, and he comes through and gets a chunk of the Maynard punt.
You know, D'Angelo Smith's been on just about all the special teams tonight. It's what you want to see out of younger players. You make a mistake early, don't get down on yourself, come back. He showed up all night on various special teams plays, conceivably making the play of the game right now to avert overtime, possibly.
2:18 left. The Browns have 2 timeouts of their own, and they have the 2-minute warning. Ratliff will start at his 48-yard line. 10-10 tie. He's going to unload quickly. That's going to be caught. Bobby Ingram's got it. 3 Bears bring him down inside the 40-yard line. And Ingram ends up helmetless. And a gain of 12 and a first down. This should take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will right now. We'll have 2 minutes left to go in the game. And the 2-minute warning is brought to you by Liberty Auto Group, Ohio's largest Ford dealer. And a timeout from the stadium. The Browns driving to try and win the game in a 10-10 tie. Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. Jim Donovan, Bernie Kosar, Dave Chudowski back at Brown Stadium. And as you can see from the eye in the sky, the Browns have the ball at the Chicago 40. Game tied 10-10. Brett Ratliff at quarterback. And the Browns have 2 timeouts left with 2 minutes even left to go in the game. Ratliff, blitz coming, got it out. Alex Smith. And they rule it incomplete, almost picked off as Ratliff was trying to get it to Smith on a hot read right there. And Aaron Webster, who already has that pick, ended up bumping into Smith and forced the incompletion with 1:55 left.
You know, with most kickers, I'd say you need to get another 5 to 10 yards. Technically, we're within Phil Dawson range at the 58-yard mark here. But to be safe, I think you'd like to get another 10 yards.
Dawson missed from 58 tonight. He was wide left on it, but he had plenty of distance. Second down and 10, and the Bears blitzing again. They quickly throw. Bobby Ingram, his 6th catch of the night. And he's to the 31-yard line with 1:47 and the clock running.
You know, we talked about Jake Allen hurting himself. On the other side of it, Bobby Ingram's done a fantastic job tonight stating his case why he should continue his NFL career.
6 catches, 61 yards. Now it's 3rd down and a yard for the Browns at the Chicago 31-yard line. Jennings will be the running back. Down to 1:20. The Browns still have 2 timeouts. And Ratliff keeps it, and they push the pile, and he'll get the first down to the 28-yard line. First down for the Browns, now well within Dawson's reach. Inside the 30. With a minute left.
It looks like we're playing for the field goal.
Remember, Ratliff did this in Green Bay as Phil Dawson gets all laced up.
I'd like to see with this press coverage and giving the outside guys openings. Just throw it up and take a shot down the field, or either the receiver gets it or nobody.
Blitz again, quick throw. Jennings caught it, and a stiff arm. And he's inside the 25. And he's down to the 23-yard line with 25 seconds to go.
Nice experience by Jennings. Could have went out of bounds, which typically you tell your guys to do in 2-minute drills.
16 seconds left. Yep, clock runs. 13 seconds left. 2 timeouts left. Ratliff takes it, gives. Jennings, stiff arm, runs inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now they stop it with 2 seconds left, and they race the field goal team out there to try and end the preseason with a Dawson kick that would win it. Take a look at the quarterback stats right now, brought to you by Lincoln Mercury. See your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or visit drive1ohio.com. Colt McCoy was perfect, other than a fumble on an exchange between himself and the center. Brett Ratliff, 10 for 15 with a couple of drops.
Again.
But now the guy will be Phil Dawson. So they're going to put a knee down near the 26, which would make it a 36-yard field goal attempt out of the hold of Reggie Hodges. Dawson, 1 miss on the preseason from 58 yards out right at the end of the first half. He is 6 for 7 on the preseason, and this is to win the game. Poprion to snap, Hodges to hold, Dawson to kick it. On the way, high and good. And the Browns win it on the last play of the game, just like Green Bay, with the same guy winning it, Phil Dawson. He is ready for the regular season.
He looks in mid-season form. He's so consistent. Another phenomenal preseason and heading into hopefully another fantastic year for Phil Dawson.
And Brett Ratliff did what he had to do. They got the ball back after the block punt by D'Angelo Smith, and he engineered it, getting the ball to the right guy. Bobby Ingram, a couple of really nice plays, to Jennings a couple of times, and they got down in field goal range, and then Phil Dawson nails it. And you know what, Bernie? You could see that script playing out a lot this year with the Browns being much more competitive, that you're going to be in more games, you would think.
Right.
And it's going to come down to a situation where Delhomme or Wallace or who's ever in there, presumably Delhomme, is going to be driving that team down. And it has to be comforting to know that you've got a guy that can kick it through and win the game.
Absolutely. I think Phil Dawson has been somewhat taken for granted at how consistently good he's been for over a decade. I also think the other interesting thing is you could tell the second year of this offense, the timing, the way we throw sight adjustments, the way we hit the hot receivers. We make it, Brett Ratliff made it look easy tonight. Colt McCoy made it look easy in the throwing game. I think that stems from Second year with Coach Dable in this system, and the receivers knowing where to go with it. The expectation to be consistent.
So a good night for Colt McCoy, 13 for 13. Much better for him, and good for him. He needed a little bit of a lift, and he got one here tonight, and extended playing time and the start. And the Browns win it on a Phil Dawson 36-yard field goal at the gun, as they say. And the preseason comes to an end as they beat the Chicago Bears 13-10. They end the preseason at 2-2, and the Bears end the preseason winless at 0-4. Coming up next, the postgame show from Brown Stadium. Again, the final score tonight. The Cleveland Browns 13 and the Chicago Bears 10. Now this time out, the postgame show is next.